The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Welcome in, everybody, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are getting ready to go racing here tonight for Season 5. Yes, Season 5 of the late model stock division here on the new Smyrna Speedway tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. It is getting ready to be one hell of an event. We'll fix the microphone here, get it up and close and personal with the mouse. See how things get ready to shake out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Welcome in to the new Smyrna Speedway live here tonight in Florida. It is set to be one hell of a race here tonight. 100 laps, 0 sets of tires, and 1 or 2 20-lap heat races. Looks like we're going to have one major 20-lap heat race here tonight with 18 drivers in the field. Still got about 2 minutes remaining left on the qualifying session. We will close the ticker up and see how things work out here as drivers start to work their way up through the field. We'll give you tonight's Binks Design weather report. 82 degrees Fahrenheit here in the New Smyrna Speedway in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Partly cloudy conditions with 11-mile-per-hour wind gusts blowing in from the northeast. Getting ready to go racing here tonight at New Smyrna. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have about 60 seconds, about a minute or so left in the qualifying session. So we will go ahead and pull up the ticker on the right side of our screen. Everybody's turned a lap out on the racetrack. Look like we got about one more contestant ready to go. We'll see how he squares away here in just a moment. Once we finish up this last contestant, though, we will have the results here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be one heat race scheduled for 20 laps here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And after that heat race, we'll head on over underneath the lights tonight for the 100-lap main event. Kicking off Season 5 here, and I want to say thank you to everybody who has made the Booty Scoot Racing channel possible, who has grown it up to this point. The last 4 live streams have seen well over 100 to 200 views on our channel. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like that's going to do it for the qualifying session. On the pole for Season 5, kicking it off from South Boston, Virginia, is going to be the number 72 of Ace Throckmorton. He'll advance automatically to tonight's feature following Chase Johnson, the 4-time champion here inside of the I-85 Asphalt Series. He'll advance out of the Fast 4 group, as well as Chris Worrell, brand new from Suffolk, Virginia, driving the 06 late model. He'll make his debut heading to the Fast 4. Kynan Jones will find that 85 machine to the top of the board, and he will head on over to the Fast 5 drivers as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go racing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, heat race style tonight. Live, at the New Smyrna Speedway for the Season 5 kickoff race. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now gridding up the Season 5 first heat race of the season. It's going to be one hell of a show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not on your feet, make sure you go ahead and stand up now. Here is going to be the starting drivers in heat race number 1, so we are going to split it into 2 separate ones. It'll be Zach Evans, Brandon Scott on the front row. We'll have the driver introductions to you here in just a second. We'll pull up the drone cam here tonight. Driving on the pole, the number 6 machine here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel from Princeton, North Carolina. A one-time winner here in the late model stock division. It's going to be the number 6 of Zach Evans. Starting on the outside of him will be the number 28 late model here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel of Braden Scott. He'll drive in the second place spot, followed by Brandon McAbee in this number 10 HendrickCars.com late model from Spartanburg, South Carolina. On the outside of him will be the race MKM 32 late model from Hickory, North Carolina of Braden Sumter. He'll shake out the 4th place position, followed by the Metalhead 36 late model of Luca Torcott, the Canadian, back in action here for Season 5. Adam Peeler will drive the number 27 white and purple Nurse Aviator Twitch Design 27 late model from Landrum, South Carolina. He'll round out the 6th place position. On the back half of the night's heat race number 1 from New Bern, North Carolina, driving the number 99 late model, it's Dakota Pignataro. And checking out the final place spot here tonight in heat race number 1 will be the number 841 Triple S Throckmorton Racing Smithy Speed Shot late model of Daniel Pugh. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready and set to go racing here tonight for what is going to be a 20-lap heat race in heat race number 1, 20-lap heat race in heat race number 2, and a 100-lap feature here tonight. Everybody will advance out of these heat races here tonight. We also want to remind everybody here coming up in the next couple weeks on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel, all of the current races that we have scheduled here for Season 5. The Bull Ring in Las Vegas will be our Kyle Busch Memorial Race. We'll do that 2 weeks from now live here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. We'll hit to the Nashville Fairgrounds. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are loving what you're seeing, make sure you head on over to Maccabee Auto Services live here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel for the best paint schemes and all the necessary things that you would need on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel for you and your crew to get set up for a brand new late model. $25, any services over $100. If you are ready to go racing here tonight, go grab another beer, light another cigarette, tell the Maccabee Auto Services shop that the Booty Scoot Racing Channel sent you. Ladies and gentlemen, what you say, folks? The drivers are out on the racetrack here for heat race number 1. Zach Evans is going to be on the pole. We will have 20 laps to get it done here at the Season 5 kickoff race. And ladies and gentlemen, not an ass is in their seats. The green flag is in the air from Peter the base car. We will take a couple more laps around the formation here, get the oils up and moving throughout the race, out the race cars, 8 late models round out heat race number 1. Looks like we'll have 8 or 9 in heat race number 2. We're here at the New Smyrna Beach Speedway in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Looks like the lights will head off on top of the pace car this time, or maybe the next time around. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Peeler will round out 6 in this white and purple. He's looking to grab a win. The 36 of Luca Torcott back in action on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Daniel Pugh will round out this 841 from the back half of the field, making his debut here for the first time ever. He'll see the racetrack inside of a Booty Scoot Racing Channel event. And it looks like the lights are off on top of the base car. We should be going racing this time around on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Zach Evans, Braden Scott on the front row, Brandon McAbee and Corey Tetzner. Brandon McAbee in the number 32 of Braden Sumter will ride out door to door in the second row. Luca Torcott, the Canadian, will round out 5th. Adam Peeler, 6th. Dakota Pignataro and Daniel Pugh will shake out the last row here in heat race number 1. Peter the base car not going to come off the racetrack yet. Good, that'll give us perfect time to bring up tonight's keys of the race. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to manage the track position here tonight at New Smyrna in the feature. Not really so much here in the heat race. You're going to have to save a little bit of tire while you do it. Wise choices is going to be the main topic here tonight. You've got to make business decisions out here on the racetrack. And finally, we seen it last night in that wheel and modified race. Who is going to get up there on that top line and try to bring in the top line on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel here at New Smyrna Speedway? Pace car confirmation will take the left down on the pit lane. This time around, Zach Evans, Braden Scott kicking off Season 5 on the front row. Green flag is in the air. We're racing at New Smyrna Speedway. Heat race number 1 is underneath the green flag for the first time here in Season 5. They'll work off the exit of turn 2. Everybody keeping it cleanly right there. Around goes Dakota Pignataro down the back straightaway. Can we keep it green? Can Dakota Pignataro keep it up and moving? Doesn't look like we went. Where goes another one. Caution flag is out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Brandon McAbee goes around on the front straightaway. We will back that ass up for the instant replay and take a look and see exactly what happened right here to Dakota Pignataro. He's the one that won around originally to kick off this event. Down on the back straightaway, live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Down into turn 1 into the 99 of Dakota Pignataro. Just gets tagged in the left rear quarter panel right there. Goes around, a hard shot right there. Looking back forward here to the front. This is where the rest of the contact went. Brandon McAbee just gets loose, goes around on the front straightaway. So clean up here in the first half of the heat race. Looks like everybody has gotten back to the back half of the field. We'll bring it back to the main broadcast cam. Doesn't appear to have seen anybody down here. So ladies and gentlemen, looks like we will take at least one more lap around the new Smyrna Speedway. We'll be back in just a moment here and talk it over, see exactly what's up. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, racking them up here, getting ready to go racing live here at the new Smyrna Speedway on the restart the next time around behind Peter the pace car after a quick caution flag there to kick off season 5 on lap number 1. Brandon McAbee was involved in an accident. He's went to the back half of the field. Dakota Pignataro has also went to the back half of the field. Daniel Pugh will go to the tail end of the field as well for the EOL there, so he'll start back here at the 6th, 7th, and 8th place spot with those involved inside of the caution flag. Heading down into turn 1 and 2, double filed them up, getting ready to go back racing here for the main event of the Season 5 kickoff live at the new Smyrna Raceway. Caution flag just jumped out there at the perfect time for Braden Scott. He was able to grab the race lead in this number 28 machine. He's got 30 assigned as a race number, but we'll see how things work out here the next couple of laps. Doesn't look like his paint scheme has quite loaded in all the way up. We'll refresh those heading towards the feature. Right now, though, it's the 28 in charge of the restart. Green flag back in the air here at the new Smyrna Speedway after the quick cleanup for the caution flag. The rip back through the gears, heading down into turn 1. Heading off the exit of turn 2, these guys got to give each other tons of space here. There's no need to be beating and banging for positions. Yeah, the only top 3 spots pay out the points here, but you got it all year long to try to rack up as many points as possible. Do not throw away your chances here early, getting in all the accidents here in the heat races. However, though, we got a little battle brewing up on our hand, chucking up hard on the brakes right there. Braden Sumter and that number 11 machine down on the bottom side of the racetrack, but he's driving the number 32 on the side of his late model, the 36 up the racetrack right there, the 27 right below him of Adam Peeler trying to make something work across the front straightaway. They're not able to clear each other. Brandon McAbee was involved in that accident on lap number 1, and he's got a little bit of a caved in left door panel. That thing's absolutely cooked. It could be causing a little bit of an aero deficiency here, but Braden Scott's checking out the race lead here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. One of them slow down the back straightaway. It's the number 32 of Braden Sumter. Not entirely sure what is wrong with him. If he can get it off of the racetrack, we will keep it underneath the green flag conditions here. It looks like Braden Sumter jumps to the pit, so he will climb out of the race car here. Dakota Pignataro will bring it down on the pit lane as well. We'll see how things work off the exit of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Brandon McAbee trying to work his way back to Adam Peeler. It's Zach Evans trying to run down Braden Scott for the race win. Here in the heat race, one goes around down the back straightaway. It's Daniel Pugh. If he can get it back up and moving before the leaders get back around, we could see them keep it underneath the green flag here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Zach Evans moving in the second place spot, behind Luca Torcott. Daniel Pugh is able to get it up and moving here at the new Smyrna Speedway, so we'll keep it underneath the green flag condition with 10 laps remaining here tonight in heat race number 1. Kind of getting spaced out right here. A couple guys off the racetrack, and we only have 6 contestants moving around. Daniel Pugh goes around again. He'll crash on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Caution flag will come out here. We'll have to back that ass up for the instant replay and take a look. We already kind of seen exactly what happened to the 841 of Daniel Pugh, and this 841 late model just goes around, causes the caution flag here. His second spin out in tonight's heat race. Take a look and see what happened. Daniel Pugh spun out earlier, was able to keep it underneath the green flag conditions, comes down again, steps on it a little bit too much, and around goes the 841 of Daniel Pugh. So we'll jump it back here to the main broadcast cam live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for Season 5. Cleanup continues. Braden Scott leading him here in the heat race in his number 28 late model. We'll be back in just a moment. Make sure all the drivers are squared away. Welcome back here on the main broadcast cam live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll have the DJ kill the music there. That is really effing loud, if you know what I'm saying. Holy cow, folks. We had a caution flag twice here in Season 5 to open up the heat races here tonight as they head back down into turn 1 and 2. Daniel Pugh has received the black flag. He'll go to the tail end of the field. He'll be down a lap here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Will not be able to get that lap back. However, though, folks, 5 guys now remain on the lead lap. 6 of them in tonight's heat race. Peter the Pace car will get a little bit of a distance to get off the racetrack. Braden Scott will be in control, of this restart when we head back to the green flag here across the flag stand. Heat race number 1, trying to wrap it up. 5 laps to go. Braden Scott, Zach Evans, Luca Turcotte, the top 3 drivers. Adam Peeler rolls around on the 27 on the outside. Brandon McAbee right behind him. Adam Peeler, Zach Evans, 2 teammates trying to go at it. Adam Peeler was pancaked the outside, safe for barrier right there. He's able to hold on to the racetrack, though, in the car and keep it up and moving. Brandon McAbee off the bottom side of the racetrack. Adam Peeler, big time loose, trying to get something moving here on the top side of the racetrack. Adam Peeler swelling it down on the bottom side of Brandon McAbee. Luca Turcotte grabs the second place spot, but it's all Braden Scott down in a turn 3 and 4 here in heat race number 1. We'll see 2 laps to go this time around. Can these drivers keep it all together, trying to make something work here across the front straightaway down into turn 1 and 2. Brandon Scott has the race lead. He's got a really good exit right there from the 36 of Luca Turcotte, Zach Evans, Adam Peeler worked their way back here in third and fourth. Brandon McAbee will be the final contestant on the lead lap. Daniel Pugh will find out the last half driver here. 28 machine of Braden Scott has the race lead for the heat race here tonight on the white flag presented by AFLglobal.com. He'll pancake the outside, safe for barrier, bring it down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time here tonight. Braden Scott will head off turn 4. He'll win the first heat race here in Season 5. Braden Scott, wins the race here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Didn't come easy. A couple caution flags came out there, had to avoid him, but it doesn't help when he got around the race leader, the pole sitter there early on the jump after that first caution flag. Ladies and gentlemen, we're right around the corner right here for heat race number 2, so don't change your channel. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got tons of more racing coming your way right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll get you down on the racetrack to tonight's starting grid for the heat race number 2. On the pole from Asheville, North Carolina, driving the number 10 late model is going to be the number 10 3-Watt TV of Ty McIntosh. Driving the number 24 HendrickCars.com late model from Greenville, South Carolina will be the number 24 of James Fountain. Driving the number 61 from Mount Airy, North Carolina, the second place runner-up last night in Wheeling Modifieds division, Patrick McPeak. On the outside of him will be the 00 late model looking for some sponsorship here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel from Middletown, New Jersey, of Mike Doyle. Corey Riptide Tesner will drive the HendrickCars.com number 8 late model from Greer, South Carolina. He'll shake out the 6th place spot in heat race number 2. On the outside of him will be the number 38 HendrickCars.com late model from Duncan, South Carolina, of Alan Hammerbeck. Driving the number 33 Silver Bullet Coors Light late model from Greer, South Carolina, Tony Cook. And driving the number 29 machine here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel will be Phil Bogdan. Heat race number 2 will be sponsored by tonight's series sponsors, the Home Run Cafe, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, bringing you the best racing fuel to hydrate your body. Go check them out at 864-561-6955. Ladies and gentlemen, tell them the Booty Scoot Racing channel sent you here today. They'll head down the back straightaway. McIntosh, James Fountain, the front row. McPeak and Doyle will round out that second row. It'll be coming towards the one to go in the heat race this time around, so we will get the green flag this next time. Ladies and gentlemen, there is not a fan sitting down after that action-packed heat race number 1 that we've seen, that seen Braden Scott bring home the victory. 8 more late models shake out here in heat race number 2. This guy has had way too many beverages. He is leaning back and forth, rocking like a dog, if you know what I'm saying. 20 laps to go here in the heat races, and then we'll have your 100-lap main event underneath the lights right around the corner. Hopefully these guys can keep it clean here in heat race number 2 and going into the feature, and we can have as less caution flags as possible and have as much green flag racing as we need. James Fountain, McIntosh on the front row. McIntosh fires off early. We're back racing here in the heat races at New Smyrna. Heading down into turn 1 and 2 for the first time here in season 5 for these guys. And this group 3 wide off the exit. It's McPeak on the bottom, McIntosh in the middle. McPeak will have to jump up out the gas and get on the brake early. Heading down into turn 3 and 4 off the exit. Looking 3 wide again is Patty McPeak. James Fountain's able to rip the outside, safe for barrier. McPeak on the bottom, McIntosh in the middle. Fountain rolls the outside wall. Contact's made from McIntosh trying to defend his position. Can't blame him. And McPeak's able to get down on the bottom side of McIntosh. Fountain to roll away with a race lead. McPeak back up the racetrack there off the bottom side. That'll bring Corey Tessner there. Around goes Alan Hammerbeck on the front straightaway, and if he can keep it up and moving here and get it back going, we can keep it underneath the green flag condition. We'll look back there in just a second. Alan Hammerbeck has it back in drive. He's up and moving. It's McPeak and Tessner battling it out for the second place spot here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. McIntosh is going backwards here. Some pushing and shoving really early. He's got these guys down on the bottom side of the racetrack and up and out of the groove. Off the exit of turn 2, McPeak's now door-to-door with Tessner. Fountain's long gone. 3rd place, 4th place belongs to Mike Doyle. Mike Doyle trying everything he knows possible to get it up and going. You see Alan Hammerbeck searching far back down in the distance, trying to get himself back up here into contention with these guys trying to battle it out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Heading off of turn 2, down the back straightaway into turn 3. Fountain takes it down in the 1 and 2. McPeak follows right behind him. So does Mike Doyle. They will head off of turn 4. Look at this beautiful shot we have here tonight at New Smyrna Speedway at the exit of pit lane, coming down into the corners here. These guys going absolutely flying down in here to turns 1 and 2 at about 100 miles an hour, all the way down about 80. It's going to be absolutely crazy the way that these guys are able to control these race cars in the action pack. Look at the sold-out infield crowd as well. Camping has been sold out for well over a week since the announcement of the Booty Scoot Racing channel's wheel and modified division and late model stocks coming back here. However, though, Phil Bogdan's all over the back bumper of Tony Cook, trying to make something work here at the New Smyrna Speedway, riding on board with Tony Cook, driving this Silver Bullet Coors Light late model in the 6th place spot. He'll hit that outside safe for barrier. That'll bring Phil Bogdan down door-to-door with the 33 of Tony Cook. James Fountain now checked out to about an 8/10 second lead over Patrick McPeak. Corey Tessner has 3rd. Mike Doyle has 4th. McIntosh has the final top 5 spot here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, but the only top 3 spots will pay out. Tony Cook goes around off turn 4 right there at the entrance of pit lane. If he can get it refired, it up and moving, we can keep it underneath the green flag. Tony Cook looks like he's gotten off of the racetrack and down and moving. So it looks like we will keep it underneath this green flag condition. James Fountain now has a lap traffic got to worry about, and Tony Cook. Tessner has the final paying point spot here in heat race number 2. Tony Cook going to be real respectful here. 20-plus years of sim racing. He'll get down on the bottom side of the racetrack and let the drivers ride on by him. He's not going to contend and be in their way with 11 laps to go here in the heat race. McIntosh needs to try to get it back up and moving here, get it undone from what happened earlier. Not entirely sure where things went wrong for McIntosh. He got pushed around, shoved 3 wide immediately from Patrick McPeak. James Fountain was on the bottom side of on the outside of him, and there was a little bit of rubbing, fender rubbing there, but it's how it happens here on the short tracks. These guys a little bit smoother right here in heat race number 2. 8 laps to go the next time around. James Fountain trying to hold a pretty wheel, but Patrick McPeak starting to eat into that race lead. Here, Patrick McPeak all over the rev limiter right there. Tessner dive bombs it down into turn 4. He's trying to make something work here at the new Smyrna Speedway. Mike Doyle having a solid heat race here tonight. Phil Bogdan off the pace, as well as Alan Hammerbeck, who spun around earlier in tonight's event. 8 laps remain here on the night's heat races. The 61 of Matty McPeak and Corey Tessner battle it out hard for this second place spot, but they cut into the back bumper of James Fountain. Patrick McPeak needs to keep his head out the window. Do not look at what's around him. He might be giving up a little bit of time. By corner, by corner, by corner. A great shot of the action going on right here. Our battle cam heading on our screen for the second place spot here in heat race number 2. Mike Doyle about to enter the picture for this battle on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You see that 00 red late model up the racetrack right there. Several drivers going to have some handling conditions as the run continues on here tonight. Will the tires wear out like we expect them here to tonight? Looks like Mike Doyle is starting to get pulled away from right here. Looking out the drone cam, some excellent racing. Corey Tessner gets to the back bumper of Patrick McPeak. He'll apply a little bit of pressure right there to Patty. James Fountain, though, sees what happened in his race view mirror, and he's long gone with the heat race here tonight at the new Smyrna Speedway. Phil Bogdan, Ty McIntosh, Mike Doyle, the rest of these guys trying to make something shake, put down some good-looking lap times right now. We'll check the last lap time leader compared to Corey Tessner to James Fountain. It was a 18.819 for Tessner to the leaders, 18.728. We'll check Patrick McPeak. He runs at 18.798 to a 17.28 of James Fountain. Damn near matching lap times here in the late models. Riding on board, Mike Doyle out of this 00 late model built out of the MND Motorsports shop. He runs an 18.869 the last time around, coming all the way from New Jersey. Mike Doyle, a 3-time I-85 Asphalt Series late model stock most popular driver winner. However, Mike Doyle made a terrible comment on the X platform. It cost him his main sponsorship, and now he has found himself on a clean slate looking late model. He's open to all sponsorships heading his way after making a claim to the Leering Center that he had sponsorship of last year. However, they have come back, try to sue Mike Doyle. Mike Doyle took it to trial and won that court battle. 2 laps to go here in tonight's heat race. James Fountain, Patrick McPeak, Corey Tessner, Mike Doyle, the top 4 drivers, followed by McIntosh in this 3-wide television number 10 machine. However, down the back straightaway for the final time here tonight, James Fountain leads. Patrick McPeak down into turn 3 and 4. Checker flag is in the air for the heat races here tonight. It'll be James Fountain out turn 4. He'll win the heat race here tonight at New Smyrna. What a finish there to that heat race. Patrick McPeak grabs the second place spot. Tessner has the third place position. James Fountain was able to sneak around those 2 drivers, beating and banging early 3 wide for the race lead. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll bring us a 2-minute warm-up session here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for these late models. They'll have the opportunity to get these late models dialed in, the brake biases, you name it. We're underneath the lights here at the new Smyrna Speedway. Back in just a moment. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are getting ready for some of the most action-packed racing known to the iRacing platform right here on this YouTube page. And if you found it, make sure you lock yourself in, locked and loaded here. Press that like button, press that subscribe button so you're in the loop and don't miss a damn thing. We got a 100-lap feature coming your way right around the corner here to open up Season 5, Week 1 at the New Smyrna Raceway here in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. These drivers are getting ready to see one of the most awesome but also unique racetracks here in the southeast portion part of America. However, we're right near the beach, folks, so the sand that gets blown around through the weather, the wind, the storm, you name it, sandblasts this racetrack over time, causing it to lose grip from year to year. We're getting ready to see 18 of the best, 2 abreast lined up here tonight, looking for opportunities to go to victory lane and call themselves Booty Scoot Racing Channel I-85 Asphalt Series winners here in the late model stock division. It's right around the corners, 100 laps. You're not going to want to miss a thing. We got the driver starting lineups right around the corner. On the pole here tonight, driving the M&M's, number 72, Kyle Busch, throwback from South Boston, Virginia. It's going to be Ace Throckmorton. Driving the number 7, HendrickCars.com, late model on the front row will be Greer, South Carolina's Chase Johnson. On the outside of him, inside of him will be the number 06, Cummins Dodge Dodge Charger late model from Suffolk, Virginia of Chris Worrell. Kynan Jones will drive the number 85, Fox late model here on the outside, and Braden Scott will drive the number 30. James Fountain will be in the number 24, followed by Luca Torcott in the number 001. Patrick McPeak will drive the number 61 out of the 8th place spot, followed by Zach Evans in the number 6. Adam Peeler will drive the number 10 here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, followed by Corey Riptide Tetzner. Brandon McAbee, Mike Doyle round out the rest of the field here through 10th and 13th. Ty McIntosh will round out the 14th place spot, followed by Daniel Pugh in the 841. Phil Bogdan will shake out in the number 29 in the Boardwick late model, followed by Alan Hammerbeck driving that number 38 late model. The 99 belongs to Dakota Pignataro in the 18th place spot. Tony Cook will take the silver bullet from the 19th and final spot here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll get you down on the racetrack here, getting ready to start tonight's main event, presented to you by NR3 Designs, home of the best paint schemes known to man on the iRacing platform. There is not a better guy to go get your stuff done from. Go over to Instagram today at NR3Designs_ and get your favorite paint schemes brought to life here, brought to you by the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You know what that means, folks? It's time to go racing down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live at the New Smyrna Speedway. We are set for the keys of the race here tonight. Are you fans excited or not for Season 5 to be kicked off here tonight? Keys of the race presented to you by Beats Designs. Manage the track position. It's going to be key of the race number 1 here tonight. Save a little bit of Hoosier tire. If you'll have a little bit of something to play with on the back half of the event, you might be in the driver's seats, no pun intended. Save a little bit of tire goes with saving on wise choices. You got to have wise choices. Pick and choose your battles, when to and when not to throw it 3 wide or not. Bring in that high line. It started to come together there at the back half of that heat race, but as the suns went down, we'll see how things shake out here in the next couple laps. We'll bring up tonight's track fact here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 0.048 miles, 4 turns around this beautiful asphalt oval, 35-mile-an-hour pit lane speed. That's it for me, folks. What you got to say? We get you down on the main broadcast cam live here at the New Smyrna Speedway. 19 of the best, 2 abreast, line up down the turn 2 in the back straightaway. Lights are off on top of the pace car. Ace Throckmorton, your pole sitter from South Boston, Virginia, looking to grab his way towards the start-finish line, where Freddie the Flagman raises and throws the green flag to kick off Season 5 of the late models. We're green at New Smyrna. Green flag is in the air here at the New Smyrna Speedway. Everybody makes it through turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. You're going to have to pick and choose your battles here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We asked you why you want to say that. There is 19 of them here inside of the Season 5 kickoff race. And if you are not giving and taking, you're going to find yourself on the back half of the field. And you're going to have damaged race cars. And you're going to want to save a little bit of tire. Which one of the guys are going to find their way up to the back, front, and the bottom side of the racetrack? You got to have your track position as well. Zach Evans rolls to the outside of its teammate Mike Doyle. They'll all come across the line here, complete lap number 3. And if laps are going to pick off as quickly as we believe they may do here tonight, everybody's going to be in for a treat. Mike Doyle trying to get back to that back bumper of his teammate Patrick McPeak, rolling down on the outside of James Fountain, tonight's Heat 2 race winner. He's on the bottom side of McPeak. They exchanged a little bit of paint earlier, Patrick McPeak gets moved up the racetrack. Battle for the race lead up here. We're looking at the race leader, Ace Throckmorton, and that M&M 72 Kyle Busch throwback. Racing here tonight on 8/18, Kyle Busch Day inside of the racing community, if you know what we're talking about. Look at this battle going on, 2 spots. Ahead of them is Patrick McPeak. James Fountain of the guys in front of him is the Canadian trying to hold on to his spot. The 036 of Luca Torcott dives down into turn 1 and 2. On the outside of him will be the 06 of Chris Worrell. Chris Worrell trying everything he can to get this Dodge Charger late model up and moving here tonight on the back half, front half of the field. The 28 winner here tonight of heat race number 1, Braden Scott, moves that black number 28 up to the front half of the pack. Contact exchange right there between Chris Worrell and James Fountain. James Fountain's got to regather up the number 24, HedgeCars.com, get back in the line and work his way back up here. James Fountain had tons of speed in the heat race. You cannot let it get out of your hand. Can we see the temper spark here early? We do not need it. Patrick McPeak shoved on the outside, trying to get away from James Fountain. The battle's here early at New Smyrna. Braden Scott now rolls over the back bumper. This number 85 of Kynan Jones, who won the street stock race last Thursday night. Neil Rutt III wins the Wheeling Modified Division race. If you haven't seen it, we apologize for spoiling the party. It was one hell of a battle. Mike Doyle on the inside of Zach Evans. Zach Evans will let his teammate on by. We know Zach Evans, time to time and time again here, race to race, was one of the guys that likes to sit back and save a little bit of Hoosier tire on the long run here early, especially if we can get all 100 laps underneath this green flag condition. We'll knock on the wood in front of us here because we don't want to jinx it. Chase Johnson, the 4-time champion, down on the bottom side here, looking for the race lead around Ace Throckmorton. He's starting to migrate his way up the racetrack, starting to apex the corners of turn 1 and 2. He'll drive the number 77 this year, move away from the 5 branded late model. We'll do down on the bottom side of the racetrack goes that Fox late model 85 machine of Kynan Jones, trying to run away from Braden Scott. We got about a 9-car breakaway here from the front to the back half pack here. 2 separate groups going on here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like Daniel Pugh is having a hard time trying to hold on to this 841 machine. We talked to him in the garage area earlier. He said this was the first time he's ever competed on iRacing with a competitive wheel and pedal combo. He's always been a controller player. Right now he needs to control his race car a little better, get it back on the racetrack. Between things get wrong, we got to pile up down the back straightaway. That's Daniel Pugh. Daniel Pugh, Brandon McAbee involved in the accident here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll have to back that ass up for the instant replay. Do it quickly and take a look and see exactly what happened here. Brandon McAbee, looks like Daniel Pugh was all the way sideways and around here on the back off of turn 4, and around on the front straightaway. We'll ride on board this roll bar. Take a look. Back left, back right, hits that outside wall, and he goes around Daniel Pugh with a hard shot to that outside safer barrier. Looks like Brandon McAbee's involved too. Phil Bogdan's able to escape it. We'll have our first caution flag here tonight. It'll come about 12 laps in. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll watch the cleanup and deal and see where the drivers need to be placed. Testing. There we go. We're back in action here. Welcome back on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Battling through some handling issues here on our end, and it's not a race car, it's a microphone. I think we're back up in action. If we could get a thumbs up in the chat from the group in the chat and kind of let us know if you could hear us or not. We're underneath our caution flag for the second time here tonight. That was some great racing, and all the way we were battling out, watching the battles take up on our place, and we didn't have the microphone up and moving. We apologize. We have reset the microphone. Hopefully, if you guys can hear us, we are back up in action. However, though, we'll break down the field of what has just went down and what happened. Daniel Pugh goes around for the second time here in the feature, the third time here tonight. He has been parked on the Booty Scoot Racing channel and held for the black flag. He will not be able to contend for the rest of the event. We'll work our way back around the New Smyrna Speedway. Can we get a mic check in the chat from the group? Chris Worrell drives this 06 late model. He was on the outside. We see him and Chase Johnson absolutely put on a show. For you late model fans, looks like several guys, well, I say guys, I mean fans, come back into the stands here after this quick caution flag cleanup on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ace Throckmorton, Braden Scott, James Fountain, Luca Torcott, and Patrick McPeak, the top 5 drivers. We're back in action here. We still got about 60 laps to go here in tonight's event. Less than that, about 54 laps to go in the feature. And it looks like we're back up and moving with the microphone as well. So we have this restart coming your way. We have the audio as well. Green flag back in the air here for Season 5 at the New Smyrna Speedway after a caution flag for the second time here tonight for the 841 of Daniel Pugh. We're back up and moving down here into turn 1. We apologize there, folks. Several technical difficulties upon our part. We're able to get it back up and moving here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. These drivers putting on a show for you fans here tonight. Seeing Chase Johnson in that Cummins Charger late model of the 06 of Chris Worrell go at it there underneath that caution flag, and not entirely sure what is going on with Daniel Pugh. Give us just a second here, and we will take care of this on our own here. Oh, we got one turnaround. It stays Throckmorton, the race leader, up and over on the front straightaway. Caution flag is out here. A huge wreck to the 72 Kyle Busch throwback machine of Ace Throckmorton, and the caution flag is out. Caution flag is out here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the 072, of Ace Throckmorton. We're trying to get the 841 off the racetrack, and Ace Throckmorton gets right rear tangled with the 28 right there of Braden Scott, and they both go around here on the front straightaway. We'll need a better look at this breakdown, exactly what happens. If we can't pull up the drone cam, this will show us exactly what we were looking for. Throckmorton on the bottom, Braden Scott trying to hold him close. Looks like Braden Scott turns a little bit too hard to the left, avoiding the outside wall, and collects Ace Throckmorton across this front straightaway. Several cars involved in the accident, and that's what brought out the caution flag. We'll clean up this mess on our end. We'll throw it to a quick commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment. Settle out the caution. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, we're underneath our caution flag for the third time here tonight's event. Braden Scott will receive the EOL penalty for grabbing the right rear quarter panel of the Ace Throckmorton number 72 machine, and we'll have them double filed up, lined up, ready to go this time around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, getting ready to see the green flag once more here at the New Smyrna Speedway. We'll take one more lap around here and allow the traffic to catch up to the tail end of the field. So when we see the green flag here in just a moment, hopefully these drivers can get it back underneath control. Ace Throckmorton turned out of the race lead right there. It doesn't look like to appear his late model has any, if too much damage at all. We'll see how it works out for him here. We got a little bit of ass-in cosmetic damage. James Fountain has the race lead. Luca Torcott's third. Patrick McPeak fourth. Alan Hammerbeck fifth. Johnson sixth. Seventh belongs to Zach Evans. Eighth goes to Mike Doyle. Tony Cook now rolls his way up here to the top 10 with Adam Peeler getting ready to see the green flag once more hit the new Smyrna Speedway. James Fountain on the front row. He'll lead them back to the restart zone. Back green here at New Smyrna. Several guys spinning tires right there going down into the restart zone. Up the racetrack goes the 00. Mike Doyle once tangled back here. It's Braden Scott to the back bumper of Phil Bogdan. They're able to straighten it out, keep it up and clean. We'll see how Phil Bogdan elects to race the guys that are up in here. That was a hell of a shot right there. We'll have to have that one reviewed there, make sure everybody's doing. They need to get it back together. 45 laps to go here tonight. There is no need to cut up the pace and do things you maybe haven't done all night. Look at this battle between Cook and Doyle. Taking a run up on your screen right now. Mike Doyle has a sponsorless late model. He needs as many sponsor dollars as possible. Mike Doyle had to pay out of pocket this week for the tires here inside of the I-85 Asphalt Series. Mike Doyle was taken to court by the Leering Center. If you are very familiar with that, it was a sponsorship on his race car. He took him to trial, won a court battle, and spent all the money that he had for sponsorship this season on alcohol and helping his buddy Neil Rutt build his modified. But Mike Doyle back in action here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. The three-time I-85 Asphalt Series most popular driver rides behind Tony Cook, who's having one hell of a run here tonight inside of this Silver Bullet late model. The 33 OG veteran of over 20 years of sim racing has been doing this a long, long time. He's worked his way up here to the top 10. Peeler gives us a little smudge right there to that Cummins Dodge Charger late model of Chris Worrell. A little bit of a snag right there. Adam Peeler starting to turn up the heat here at the New Smyrna Speedway. We had the heat all day long here. It's been absolutely blazing hot here at the New Smyrna Speedway when the sun was out. We're back underneath the lights here. 40 laps to go. The next time around, it's a second lead for James Fountain over the Canadian Luca Torcott. You see the battle right here. James Fountain long gone by about 8, 9, maybe 10 car gap length lead over the guys behind him. Chris Worrell now starting to work over the left rear quarter panel of Tony Cook. Tony Cook, the owner of the Home Run Cafe, trying to make something shake here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel, making sure our microphone is back on and we are talking, and we have been good this whole time, so we are good there. The 00 on the bottom side of the number 27 of Adam Peeler. Chris Worrell trying to make something shake in the number 06 machine as he works behind Tony Cook, the veteran, and eyes look to the other one coming off the racetrack right here, Daniel Pugh, trying to rework his way back onto the racetrack after being disqualified. Not entirely sure how this keeps happening here tonight. 39 laps to go here. Chris Worrell works on the bottom side. Tony Cook gets loose, and what a save right there from the veteran. The 33 machine of Tony Cook able to hold on to it, wheeling it here at New Smyrna. What a save from that veteran right there of Tony Cook. He's back up on the inside of the 28 of Braden Scott. These two going at it off of turn 4, riding door to door. Adam Peeler drives this Nurse Aviator Twitch machine down on the inside. Contact's made. Around goes Braden Scott and Tony Cook. We'll back that ass up for the instant replay here. Take a look and see exactly what happened. Tony Cook involved in the accident right there. He'll tangle with Braden Scott. See if we can't find our drone cam. This will show us what we're looking for. Tony Cook just got in there a little bit too hot into the back of the number 28 of Braden Scott. We'll back that ass up right on board. Tony Cook's 33 Silver Bullet. Take a look. Oh, Tony just got in there way hard. It hits the number 28 Dakota Pictataro, falls into the wreck behind him. And that's what happens here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. We'll back that ass up to the main broadcast cam. Throw it to commercial break. We'll be back in just a second as we figure out the running order. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel as we are underneath our caution flag for the 5th time here tonight. I believe Peter the Base Car has the rest of the group rounded up towards turn 3 and 4. That green flag's back in the air for the first time here after that caution flag between Tony Cook and the number 28 of Braden Scott, where Tony Cook just got in there a little bit too hot. Tony Cook will receive the EOL penalty, but he has taken it down onto pit lane here tonight. Down into turn 3 and 4. Looks like we have about 32 laps to go, 31 laps to go now this time around. It's Chase Johnson trying to run back into his inside partner. That's Alan Hammerbeck. Patrick McPeak barely able to squeeze his way out of turn 2 right there over the front nose of Alan Hammerbeck. Alan Hammerbeck was the one that plugged that outside wall. Now the 06 Cummins Dodge Charger machine of Chris Worrell will look to the inside of Hammerbeck, almost looking 3 wide. Now here comes Zach Evans to battle his way back into the picture in this fine late model from Princeton, North Carolina, trying everything possible. He knows to work his way back up through the field. He set back earlier in tonight's event and saved a little bit of Hoosier rubber. He could have the tire advantage that he's looking for, but look at him sideways off the exit of turn 4 right there. Holy cow, Zach Evans putting on a Tokyo Drift Cletus McFarland style show for the fans here tonight. The I-85 Asphalt Series Late Model Stock Division presented to you by the Home Run Cafe and NR3 Designs. 29 laps to go here at New Smyrna. Alan Hammerbeck moves up to the 6th place spot. That's that gray and yellow late model. He's in front of, looks like Chris Worrell in that Dodge Charger. Behind Chris Worrell in that Dodge Charger late model. Torcott now moves up to the 2nd place position behind James Fallon. He's looking for the opportunity to try to have an opportunity to lead some laps here at New Smyrna, but Patrick McPeak's all over that back bumper. Chris Worrell now trying to make Chase Johnson honest. We've seen these two battle it out earlier. We were battling microphone issues then, so we'll see if we can't get a little bit more action out of these two guys as we work 28 laps to go here in season 5, race 1 here to kick off the season. Down off of turn 3 and 4, 27 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for anybody to make something shake. Single file is probably going to be the best case for most of the drivers out on the field. Phil Bogdan starting to go backwards here as well as Kynan Jones. He's got a little bit of damage as well to the back half of his number 85 machine. Chris Worrell, Chase Johnson knows the tail. Patrick McPeak, Torcott knows the tail. The top 5 drivers battle it out here at New Smyrna. Working on the bottom side of the racetrack as Adam Peeler now has snatched and crawled his way back up to the top 10 position. He's peeled his way back up through the field. The Nurse Aviator Twitch late model works off of turn 4, looking for an opportunity to go to victory lane here tonight. You like that paint scheme you're seeing on that 27, head on over to nr3designs.com or nr3designs_ on Instagram for all of your paint scheme designs here on the iRacing platform. The NR3 Designs doing some of the best work known to man inside of the paint booth. Week in and week out, this Triple S Throckmorton Racing late model of Luca Torcott has been absolutely blazing fast here tonight, trying to make something shake off the exit of turn 2 and defend his position. Chase Johnson will look now on the inside of what's going to be Patrick McPeak's number 61 late model. Nobody sparing each other an inch. Torcott's out of the groove, out of turn 2. Not entirely sure that's a Corvette late model. Holy shit, I've never seen one of those things before. It looks like a freaking alien in the front of it. That is insane. But he's on the inside of Chase Johnson, the 4-time champion, battling hard here at New Smyrna. Up the racetrack goes Luca Torcott to Chase Johnson in the right rear quarter panel. Wow, Torcott gets absolutely demolished. Oh, my shit. Barrel rolling, the 36 of Torcott. Prowling in comes Daniel Pugh in the 841. Luca Torcott up and over on his lid. Him and Chase Johnson going at it here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll back that ass up for the replay. Take a look and see exactly what happened. We'll bring up the drone cam. This battle started way back here several laps ago, door to door with one another. Chase Johnson in the gray and green machine on the outside. Torcott in the blue and white on the inside. Door bang right there. Chase Johnson trying to hold his spot there. Gets it to the left rear of Luca Torcott. They go up the racetrack. Torcott gets collected by not one, but 2 different lap traffic late models. Barrel rolls across the front straightaway. We'll back that ass up one more time and take a look and see exactly what went wrong and where at. We'll ride on board with Chase Johnson and see if we can't get a roll out of this roll bar. Contact made. Chase Johnson trying to get down on the inside there and get around Throckmorton and him make contact. Chase Johnson and Luca Torcott battling hard here at the New Smyrna Speedway. We'll be back in just a moment here. Clean up, trying to get things situated here on the live broadcast cam. Back here on the main broadcast cam live on the YouTube channel, on Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, we are double filing them up, trying to get everybody up and moving here. We'll bring that off of your screen, make sure everybody's situated, and we will have your restart this time around for the Season 5 kickoff here on the restart. Everybody looking for a chance to go to victory lane here underneath our 5th caution flag tonight for Season 5. Fives all over the place. James Fountain launches back off from the restart zone. He'll have the race lead. He'll control it. Green flag back in the air here at New Smyrna. Green flag back in the air here at New Smyrna. It was a quick pile up right there. Several cars involved. Chase Johnson wrecked out there as he got into the left rear of the Canadian Luca Torcott. Luca Torcott also off of the racetrack right now as well. Chase Johnson will have to work his way back up into the field. Zach Evans moves up to the top 5 now. He'll battle door to door with Alan Hammerbeck. Zach Evans moves into the 5th place spot. Adam Peeler right behind him. Here comes Ty McIntosh on this long run, driving this 3-wide television late model. 15 laps to go here for the Asheville, North Carolina driver. He'll have to work his way back up towards the front. Patrick McPeak has the track position needed right now to make something work here. 15 laps to go. Patrick McPeak, runner-up last night at the Wheeling the Wheeling Modified Division. Could not see him going runner-up here again tonight in the late models if he has anything to say about it, but he must do it cleanly. There is absolutely no intentionally wrecking 4 wins inside of the late model stock division or inside of anything I-85 asphalt related. These drivers need to be respectful to one another. We've seen a couple incidents here tonight, a couple of them involved with the same mess of the same couple drivers. We've got them off of the racetrack and squared away. However, though, 14 laps remain here at the New Smyrna Speedway, kicking off Season 5 of the late models. Adam Peeler, Zach Evans, and Ty McIntosh, 3 M&D Motorsports late models line up nose to tail down into turns 1 and 2. Every single one of these guys are going to be battling out for position. It's Alan Hammerbeck in the 4th place spot. Chris Worrell is at a decent race here tonight in this number 06 Dodge Charger late model. This Cummins on board. He's had a decently good race here tonight. James Fountain starting to put a little bit of a toe distance away between him and Patrick McPeak. Alan Hammerbeck moves up to the 4th place position. Zach Evans in the 5th place spot now. Got battles still working all the way out throughout the field right now. Nobody is going to spare each other an inch around this racetrack. James Fountain leading him off the outside wall. He'll hit the outside safer barrier. That's going to be trouble for James Fountain. Patrick McPeak's going to open up the bottom side. 11 laps to go here, the late model stock division, and things just got popped off here. James Fountain pancakes that outside safer barrier. That's going to take away a little bit of the handling conditions for James Fountain. And then Patrick McPeak may have the opportunity now to battle back hard here for the chance to win it here at the New Smyrna Speedway. The 61 has been fast all night long. Behind him goes Chris Worrell, looking to keep it caution flag free here to back half of these last 10 laps. Can everybody keep it up and moving here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel? Hammerbeck on the bottom side. Evans backs up his corner a little bit, looking for the run off turn 4. He'll get exactly what he was looking for. He'll close the distance up here into turns 1 and 2 to the back bumper of Alan Hammerbeck. Zach Evans rolls to the bottom side of turns 1 and 2, where Alan Hammerbeck appears to be just a smidge bit better than the number 6 right now, but Alan Hammerbeck getting loose off the bottom side of the racetrack through 3 and 4, just not able to get up the racetrack quite like he needs to. Patrick McPeak all over the back bumper with 8 laps to go. Here comes Chris Worrell in this Dodge Charger late models. He wants something to say. He needs his first career late model stock win on the Booty Scoot Racing channel from Suffolk, Virginia. Patrick McPeak won the final race in the late model stocks at the Martinsville Speedway. He's looking to pick up where he left off in Season 4 here tonight in Season 5. He'll have 7 laps to try to make something come up inside of that helmet. You've got to get the gears turning. And I'm not talking on the race car. I'm talking in the brain on how you're going to make the pass around James Fountain and set him up here for failure at the New Smyrna Speedway. Fountain needs to hurt a pretty wheel here in the last 6 laps as he heads across the line at the New Smyrna Speedway with Patrick McPeak all over the back bumper of him, looking for a chance to maybe get that front nose to that back bumper of James Fountain, get him up off the bottom. We've seen Patrick McPeak do this before. He got into the back of Michael Johnson in the Wheeling Modified Division race twice last season and was able to get him up off the bottom for the race win. James Fountain in the outside safer barrier once more with 5 laps to go. But Chris Worrell appears to be on the march right now. He's got the faster late model of the 2 drivers in front of him, and he's trying to let it be known. Dakota Pignataro goes around on the back straightaway, and the caution flag flies with 4 laps to go. Pignataro's involved. Mike Doyle's involved. Braden Scott's involved. We'll back that ass up for the instant replay. Take a look and see exactly what just took place up on our screen at this current moment. And holy cow, it's Dakota Pignataro, the one that's around backwards here, courtesy of whoever. We're getting ready to find out. New Bern, North Carolina. Dakota Pignataro on the inside right here of the 28. Gets into the left rear quarter panel. Tags the 28, and they both go around. We'll back that ass up one more time. Right out the roll bar, the number 99 of Dakota Pignataro, trying to get around the Milan 28 late model of Braden Scott, working off the exit of turn 4. Take a look. Dakota just gets to the left rear of the 28. Both of them go around in turns 1 and 2. An unfortunate event right there. We'll be back in just a moment as we clean up the rest of the racetrack. Torcott down on pit lane. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Overtime is where we've led ourselves here in Season 5's kickoff race. James Fountain will be on the front row with Patrick McPeak for the overtime green-white checkered style here at the New Smyrna Speedway. The first person back to the checkered flag after 2-lap shootout will be tonight's winner. If the caution flag flies before the white flag is thrown, we will re-rack them for one more opportunity at it. But right now, it's going to be McPeak, Fountain, Hammerbeck, and Worrell, the top 4 drivers. Green flag is in the air for the overtime at New Smyrna. Fountain and McPeak now lead each other down into turns 1 and 2, leaning on one another. McPeak on the outside, Fountain on the inside. Trading a little bit of paint right there. Fountain to move to the middle of the racetrack to get his entry into turn 3 and 4. McPeak will roll hard on the outside of Fountain. He'll hit the outside safer barrier. Both of these guys will rub and trade paint across the front straightaway. Down into turns 1 and 2 with the white flag in the air presented by AFLglobal.com. Around goes Alan Hammerbeck off the front nose of Chris Worrell. Patrick McPeak down into turn 3 and 4 for the final time here tonight. Chris Worrell on the outside of Hammerbeck, but it's Patrick McPeak coming across the exit of turn 3 and 4. He'll win it here at New Smyrna. Patrick McPeak will win the race here tonight at the New Smyrna Speedway. We'll have to watch back that wreck right there with James Fountain and that number 24 machine and see exactly what happened between him and that number 06 of Chris Worrell. Contact was made, but it's Patrick McPeak winning the race here tonight at the New Smyrna Speedway in his full throttle 61 late model from Mountaineering, North Carolina. On the bottom side of the racetrack, he'll work his way back across the front straightaway. Should burn it down for the fans as the fireworks continue on here. We got more fireworks going on over the radio right now between the drivers with the way that some of them was raced right there at the end of the event. Green flag is away. Checker flag is up. Patrick McPeak wins it. Ladies and gentlemen, we will back that ass up here. We'll show you the replay of that crash coming in to the white flag right there on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Well, actually, we'll just show the whole restart here from the drop of that green flag in the overtime, and James Fountain was on the outside. We'll throw it up to our drone cam. Patrick McPeak was on the outside, Fountain was on the inside. Fountain gets a good launch on the restart. Patrick McPeak on the outside, and the 61 rolls back out here. Big Peak door slams the 24 down into turn 1 and 2, but it was all okay there. McPeak sets the standard on how he wanted to be raced into turn 2. Down into turn 3 and 4, Fountain tries to give him a little bit of room into turn 3 and 4. McPeak gets tight up the racetrack, slams the outside wall. Fountain gets tight as well. They'll door slam each other. Down into turn 1 and 2 is where it all got wicked and roaded. Chris Worrell gets it to the back of James Fountain, ships him up the racetrack. Several drivers were able to drive around it, but it was Patrick McPeak driving away to the victory here tonight at New Smyrna. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, where Patrick McPeak has just turned into victory lane for Mount Airy, North Carolina. And we won't even throw it to a commercial break. We'll just keep it right here, folks, and we will go ahead and bring back the music for the post-race show. See if we can't get a couple of these drivers that finished inside the top 5 here inside of the booth for some interviews. And Patrick McPeak's going to be the race winner here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel as we get ready to have all these guys get themselves situated for tonight's main event of the post-race show, the celebration for Patrick McPeak and his number 61 late models. Patrick McPeak now joins us inside of the broadcast booth. Patrick, do you have a copy?
I do have a copy, brother.
Kind of walk us through the overtime finish right there, coming towards the green flag for the overtime. Kind of a door bang down into turn 1 and 2 on James, trying to keep him honest, kind of set the standard on the way you wanted to be raced there on that last lap, but looks like maybe some help from the third place spot influenced somewhere, but the 61 finds its way in the victory lane here at New Smyrna after a runner-up last night.
Yeah, just last night was unacceptable on my screw-up last night, and I had to come here and just see what I can do, and the heat race didn't go into our favor, and qualifying didn't either, but we worked it up and saved tire pretty much the whole race and got up front and won the race on the last lap. So I'll take that. And Jamie Fountain is a good guy and everything, but when I don't like to be shoved up into the wall like that, so I hugged him on the apron a little bit to get the lead. But I did not know he was going to spin out, so I apologize on that part. But yeah, but the 61 full throttle Camaro did a hell of a job tonight and holding up the way it needed to. So yeah, so got the dub and I'm happy with it.
Yeah, it was a pretty clean move. I'm not entirely sure how things look on the racetrack from inside the car, from up here in the booth. We even went back and looked at the replay. It just appeared like maybe you got tight as well coming out of turn 3. Fountain was tight as 2. You both kind of pancaked that outside wall, but it was game on from there, and looks like the third place car maybe just gave a little bit of help to James, and that's what ultimately spun him around. But besides the point, 2 weeks from now, we're back at it here in the late model stock division at the Bull Ring. Kind of walk us through it.
Going to be interesting. Race at the Bull Ring is going to be on my birthday, so going to try and go on a birthday win, see what we can do there at the Bull Ring. And don't have a lot of experience there, but just going to go out there and have fun and have a good birthday in the process.
We appreciate it. That's tonight's race winner, the full throttle late model, the number 61 from Mount Airy, North Carolina, Patrick McPeak. We appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Yes, sir. Patrick McPeak wins the race here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll scoot down here to the third place runner-up driver of the number 38 for Chase Johnson Racing will be Alan Hammerbeck, the Hammer, as he's better known as on the broadcast cam. We'll bring it here into the main broadcast channel. Alan, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, it was a decent race for the first 40, 50 laps or so. Kind of a little bit of a chaos there towards the end. Caution flags were flying, but this 38 machine was able to dodge and weave most of the wrecks here tonight. Got a couple great battles on screen with this 38 machine battling hard. Kind of walk us through your race here tonight at New Smyrna.
Oh, it was a good night overall. Came out here, felt good in practice, but when I went out to qualify, I just couldn't get a lap down. So started all the way in the rear. Worked my way up a little bit. Kept avoiding wrecks. I mean, there was plenty of wrecks. I tell you that. Luckily, we bobbed and weaved. Yeah, lucky to make our way up here. Just save tires. That's all I was doing.
Well, it was a hell of a race for Alan Hammerbeck here tonight. You'll finish in the third place spot, so you'll be sitting good in the standings here for week number 1. We'll go to the Bull Ring 2 weeks from now at a track I do not believe that you've had laps on before. Very, very small, tight corners. Kind of walk us through what you would expect 2 weeks from now.
Well, hopefully the racing's a little bit better than it was tonight. Not too many cautions, but I'm sure there'll definitely be a few that fly. But yeah, I'm going to get out there, and we're going to start practicing and see what we got for next race.
We appreciate it. That's the Hammer, Alan Hammerbeck. He'll bring home the third place spot, driving the number 38. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. That's Alan Hammerbeck, driver of the 38. He'll finish in the third place spot here tonight. The fourth place position belonged to Adam Peeler, and then this number 27 machine driving the Nurse Aviator Twitch late model. Adam, do you have a copy?
Hey, boss. What's up?
What's up, big guy? It was a hell of a race from this number 27 machine. We kind of seen you guys, you and your teammate Zach, kind of do the same thing as similar seasons. Drop back, save it a little bit, but this 27 dodged and weaved a ton of wrecks here tonight to keep it clean for a fourth place spot. Walk us through it.
Same story, right? If it works, broke, don't, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we did that and had our target lap time like we find in practice that we want to hit, at least for the first run. And we magically goes green. Hopefully we'll run them back down. We've done that. We've proven that when we go green. But when we do that for the first half of the race, gap go away, and so it makes it even easier on us, right? So, like I said, I know I'm not the fastest guy here on pure speed. I'm okay with that. But tire saving and putting my car in the right spots and understanding that I need to drive off towards the end of the race to get past somebody, or to, like you say, bob and weave and miss some wrecks, right? I got the tire to do it. I think we started 13th, 14th, and came home 4th. Not really sure what happened on that last lap. I can't wait to go back and kind of watch that. I was riding 6th, I think. Was pretty much just accepted that. I wasn't going to do anything dumb, for my teammate Zach, and I had Ty behind me. So all three of us kind of just agreed that we wanted to get to the end there. And again, I don't know what happened. There's some conversation about pinching and lifting and drive off, and again, I didn't see it. There's a car sideways. I turned right, gained the 2 spots, so I'll take it. And if race gets reviewed and I get another spot out of it, then hell, I'll take a 3rd. So it's been great. I'm glad we're getting to run both full time and get some racing in before the baby gets here. Hell, I was on my lid last night. And I'm talking to you tonight, so it's not a bad night.
We appreciate it. That's the driver of the 27, Adam Peeler. Adam will head to the bull ring 2 weeks from now. Kind of walk us through what you would expect there, and you could thank anybody else you would like to on this 27 late model. Also, don't forget to go plug the Nurse Aviator Twitch.
Yeah, so Nurse Aviator on Twitch. I'll be honest, I haven't been as active on there as I used to be. I kind of need to replace some computer parts on to keep up with today's streaming needs. I am an affiliate over there, so I think last time I checked, I had 300 something followers. It's a good time. I kind of miss doing it. I'd love to get back to doing it. Just need to do some upgrades first. And the bull ring is going to be chaotic. You think we did a bunch of bobbing and weaving tonight to miss some wrecks? I think next week, or in 2 weeks, we got an opportunity to double that. There's some stuff, some guys in here that I think need some more time in the rookies, and that would probably help the bull ring in 2 weeks if we want to be honest, kind of look at it from a holistic view. But if we got the same guys in 2 weeks, then we'll bob and weave and we'll dodge them all if we got to. So thanks to Binks Designs for painting the car, all the guys at M&D. Thank you to you and Neil for working it out to where we get to do this again. I was real wanting this real bad. So thank you to y'all guys. Thanks for the broadcast, and see you in a couple weeks.
We appreciate it. That's the driver, the number 27, the Nurse Aviator of Adam Peeler. He'll bring home the 4th place spot here tonight. We'll see you 2 weeks from now.
Later, guys.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it. That's Adam Peeler, the driver of the number 27. We have 2 more here as our runner-up. Chris Worrell has joined in the booth. We will scoot down here and talk to Zach Evans first and bring him and slide him into the broadcast channel. Zach Evans joins us now in the booth. Zach, do you have a copy?
Yes.
What a race here tonight. You probably get a chance to go back and watch the broadcast. We talked about it. 100-lap race here tonight. We kind of seen you drop back early, do your little routine that you normally do, and it pays off here again tonight. But the same question to you as it was to Adam. A lot of bobbing and a weaving here tonight. This number 6 made it through cleanly. Several wrecks for a top 5 spot. Walk us through it.
Man, yeah, it was adventurous for sure. I'm definitely going to have to go back and watch the broadcast to figure out how on earth I missed that first one. We ran into the wall a little bit there, a lap or 2 before that, and I let that guy go to not end up in a wreck, and then he lost it right in front of me coming out 4, and I thought that was going to be night over for me, to be completely honest, but we missed that one. Kept it clean the rest of the way, kept kind of slowly working our way forward, missing the wrecks, got lucky a couple more times, and ultimately we'll take a top 5 here to start the season here in this number 6 V-Fine late model. Good to get some TV time and hopefully do the boss proud on her birthday. Hope she's watching, or hope she's not watching actually. Hopefully they're doing something more fun than that on their birthday. She can watch tomorrow, whatever. But yeah, overall we'll take it. We'll beat the right rear back into shape here, and we'll see when the next time the 6 car is on track.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it. That's the number 6 of Zach Evans. Zach will go to the Bull Ring 2 weeks from now. Do you have any comment you would like to, how you think that might go for you? Anybody like to think on this number 16?
Sure. I mean, yeah, obviously, shout out to MeFi, Binks Designs, M&D Motorsports, 4D Raceware. Peeler, good run for him. Got up into the, well, I guess 4th place or whatever there after we dodged the last lap wreck. So good on him for that. Yeah, thanks to everybody watching here. Thanks to everything you do here and everybody watching on Booty Scoot Racing. We'll see. Obviously, the bull ring's got to be a lot tighter, probably a little more physical. I hate to even think about that after some of the stuff I saw out the windshield tonight, but that's probably got to be the name of the game here in a couple of weeks out in Sin City. So we'll see if we can keep her clean again and get another good finish.
We appreciate it. That's the driver, the number 6 MeFi, late model of Zach Evans. He'll bring on the top 5 spot. We appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Yes, sir. That's Zach Evans. We'll scoot down here to our runner-up driver here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel of Chris Worrell, as he's already climbed aboard his race car, but he will move up here into the broadcast booth with us. Chris, do you got a copy?
Hey, what's up, Nick?
What's up, big guy? A awesome race here out of this number 06 Dodge Charger Cummins late model here tonight. It was a badass race. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty on our end with our microphone as that awesome battle between you and Chase Johnson side by side for like 20 laps was taking place. Kind of walk us through your race here tonight, able to avoid all the chaos for a runner-up spot here at New Smyrna. Walk us through it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chase definitely is a hard racer, and we might have gotten into it on the interview, and there's nothing against him at all. I made a comment on an incident there, and probably should have kept my mouth shut. It wasn't none of my business, but hopefully things will be cool by the next time we race. But I'll tell you one thing, man, everybody in this league, for 100 laps, nobody takes their time to get to lap 100. Everybody, I mean, from the get-go, people are putting down qualifying laps. I thought, it'd be best to just, because I was getting run over just trying to fall to the back and let people around. That way I could save some tire and get to the front and, possibly win, the first race. And definitely had the speed there at the end. Lap started winding down, I started pushing it harder. And then, it was probably about equal with, James and Patrick there, tire-wise. But also want to say, so sorry to fucking, excuse my language. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
No,
I
you're good.
apologize to getting into James there. He raced me super clean. He didn't pinch me unlike everybody else in the league. I am so sorry I got in the back of them. They were racing close on the last lap. Patrick pinched the hell out of him, and I kind of expected him to have a little bit more, input on the throttle, and I tapped him, turned, and it's the last thing I wanted to do in my inaugural race, or, joining you guys is make any enemies. But so big shout out to James. He was awesome fast. He definitely should have either won or finished second, and I took that from him. So I apologize to James, and yeah, this seems like a very hard racing group. I look forward to racing some more with you guys.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you. It was an awesome race here tonight. You can take place and go watch some previous races from previous season. It's always been a hard-nosed field here for tons of laps middle way throughout the field. But we'll go to the Bull Ring 2 weeks from now out in Las Vegas. And similar track style to this, just a little bit shorter, tighter corners, a little bit slower speeds. But you could almost expect the same hard-nosed racing. What would you expect 2 weeks from now going to the Bull Ring, and think any sponsors on your car that you would like to?
I think it'll be a little bit easier to pass just because, we'll be able to, might be able to save a little tire better. The banking's a lot bigger, I'm pretty sure. Here it's just, you either get to the very bottom lane and you get it hooked in, or you drift up and it eats up tire trying to come off and you're slow. So the Bull Ring, you can run pretty good side by side around there. So I'm hoping, I'll be able to save some tire, qualify up front. I probably definitely shouldn't let as many people by. Again, I probably learned my lesson on that. Probably just try to fight for the front next time. But either way, thanks for my buddy James watching. Thanks for you for everything you've done for the league, getting me in the league. All the questions I had to ask you, and all the directions you had to give me to get me straight. So thank you, Nick, for letting me join. Been looking forward to racing with you guys. And that's about it.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it. That's Chris Worrell, driver of the number 6 Dodge late model, who'll bring home a runner-up spot here tonight. We appreciate it, Chris. And we get things moving here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. That was our final driver interview of the night. We'll bring up the final results for one more time here for the final race of kickoff season 5. Mountaineer in North Carolina's AF1 Racing 61. Patrick McPeak wins the race. Chris Worrell brings home the second place runner-up spot in the number 06. Behind him was Alan Hammerbeck driving the number 38 Chase Johnson Racing late model. He'll finish 3rd. 4th goes to Adam Peeler in the Nurse Aviator Twitch late model. The number 27 will bring home that 4th place spot. 5th belongs to Zach Evans, and that number 6 Me-Fi late model for MND Motorsports. Kynan Jones brings home the 6th place spot. That number 85 Fox late model. Behind him was Ty McIntosh and that 3-wide television. Our pole sitter here tonight at the new Smyrna Speedway. Chase Johnson brings home the 8th place spot. The 4-time champion off to a rough start here in the 8th place position. He'll bring back some speed at the bull ring, but Phil Bogdan will bring home a top 10 spot after a little bit of a beat banging early there for the Phil Bogdan machine. He's able to cut back for a top 10. Dakota Pignataro will bring home a top 10 as well for MND Motorsports. They'll see 3 of their late models, four exactly in their front top 10 spots. Behind him was Mike Doyle, the teammate, the final MBD Motorsports late model in the 11th place spot. 12th belongs to James Fountain, as he should have been probably close to battling for the win there. You'll never know until the end. Braden Scott will bring home the 13th place position. 14th belongs to the Canadian of Luca Torcott. Daniel Pugh had a couple issues here tonight, but he'll bring home the 15th place spot. Brandon McAbee will be scored in the 16th place spot. 17th place belongs to Tony Cook here tonight after going off the racetrack after a little bit of an accident there. Hayes Throckmorton belongs in the 18th place spot. 19th goes to Corey Tessner, and Braden Sumter will be the final 20th place spot here tonight from Hickory, North Carolina. That'll do it here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel on the I-85 Asphalt Series New Smyrna Speedway live here to kick off season 5. It was a hell of a race here tonight. Patrick McPeak had to get physical there at the end with James Fountain, and that's what led him to victory lane. However, though, folks, we'll be back 2 weeks from now at the bull ring for the late models. And we'll be back in action with the wheel and modifies as well 2 weeks from now. Make sure you're sticking it right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're here Friday night, Talladega, for the TNA Truck Series. You're not going to want to miss a thing.